From wild digital inventions to pitches that made the sharks lose their cool, these are the most outrageous Shark Tank pitches ever. Starting off with Belinda Jasmine. When Belinda Jasmine walked into the Shark Tank, she didn't come with a gadget or an app. She came with a mirror.
My company is the Skinny Mirror.
A mirror that could make anyone look 5 to 10 pounds slimmer.
Looked in the mirror, grabbed at your stomach, and said, "Man, I really need to lose a few pounds."
She called it the Skinny Mirror, and the moment she said that, you could feel the sharks getting curious. It wasn't digital or high-tech. It was just a slightly curved mirror that fools your eyes without you even noticing it. Belinda said it was meant to help people feel better about how they look.
The Skinny Mirror design offers a subtle, believable slimming reflection designed to help you feel good about your body.
What Belinda thought would spread a little body confidence instead turned the whole room tense in seconds. It became one of the most awkward moments ever seen in the tank. At first it sounded harmless, but when Belinda revealed that clothing stores were buying her mirrors to make customers look slimmer and buy more clothes, the room changed.
Is it all clothing stores?
Yes, and hotels.
Oh,
actually.
so it's not consumers. In other words, it's a falsehood based on the premise a retailer can sell a dress because it looks better on somebody. You're basically putting a mirror into a retail store where a woman, a Rubenesque woman perhaps, would put on a dress and all of a sudden flatter herself by the fact of falsehoods being portrayed.
Kevin O'Leary's face turned sharp as he called it a lie and said she was selling fake confidence.
You're very motivated to maintain it. This is a falsehood. This is a lie to somebody.
Belinda tried to defend herself, but Kevin cut her off.
Look, you know, I deal in reality. I will not be part of this sham, because that's what it is.
Okay, that's fine.
And look, you can smile all you want, but the truth is you're lying to people. I'm out, but I also forbid any other shark in investing in this. That's it.
That's deception. Lori jumped in, saying it would ruin customer trust, while Mark called it manipulative.
The challenge there is for the brand who's ever using that in their retail store and selling clothes. If that customer feels, you know what, that's not the way I looked in the store, what happened? Then that brand suffers.
No one was happy with the idea. The tension was thick and voices were overlapping.
Three-dimensional beings. We have curves.
This is all crap. You're
Let me
lying
finish,
to
yeah.
people.
Let me finish.
Robert ended it by saying if the mirror ever became popular, the backlash would destroy it.
Where it falls apart is if a customer looks at that and they look great in that outfit, and then they take it home and they obviously look bad or different, they're not going to be happy.
After that, no one wanted in. Still, after the show, the controversial mirror became a headline magnet and proved that sometimes a deal isn't needed to start a fire. From mirrors that bend reality to coolers that promise convenience. The next pitch literally took a lighter turn. When the founders of Chill Systems walked into the Shark Tank, they didn't just bring a cooler, they brought comedy. They began their pitch by joking about how tiring it is to always find ice just to keep a few drinks cold. And to prove their point, they clumsily spilled a whole bucket of ice right there on the floor. The sharks couldn't help but laugh. But once the jokes were over, things got serious fast. Their product was a small portable cooler with built-in freezing gel, no ice needed. Just freeze it, pack it, and you're ready to go.
Hey Sharks, I'm Chase. Our company is Chill Systems, and this is the Chiller. It's a portable beverage cooler with freezing gel built in.
Sounds smart, right? But then came the twist. It could only hold 3 drinks. The room went silent for a second before Kevin O'Leary spoke up.
It only holds 3 cans. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'll get through this in about 45 minutes.
Like you expect people to clear freezer space for that. His tone was sharp, and when the founders tried to explain, he cut them off mid-sentence.
Stops up. Oh.
It's sustainable,
I
it's
so
convenient.
want to rip you to pieces. I'm dying to rip you to pieces.
What are you gonna do, Kevin?
We're not out of our minds. Would you like to talk about the valuation?
Why would you do this? I mean, this stuff is tchotchke. They give it away at beer companies. There's a million coolers. Stops up.
Oh. Lori laughed in disbelief, saying it was cute but completely unrealistic. Mark called it.
Guys, look, first of all, your presentation sucked. The next time you sell it. Don't make it worse. Just stick to your features and what sets you apart so people truly understand it quickly. So, well, I think you got a shot. It does everything as advertised, but for those reasons, I'm out.
The founders kept defending themselves, saying they wanted to change how people chill drinks, and they are still learning.
The reason, it's not just because we want to make a difference, it's also because we want to learn.
But no one was buying the idea of being in the learning phase, and still taking their business on national TV made it even worse. All the sharks finally stepped out saying it wouldn't go anywhere. Daniel Lubetsky tried to calm things down and give them credit for their passion, but by then, the damage was done.
I'm not 100% confident this is a huge business, but I'm very confident that if you continue pursuing your dreams, you're gonna figure it out. So I wish you the best. I personally am out.
The pitch had turned from lighthearted to awkward fast, and the chill system's dream melted right there in front of everyone. The pitch ended without any deal, but at least the ice spill left a lasting memory. The next entrepreneur brought something far more serious. When Aaron McDaniel walked into the Shark Tank with his company Tycoon Real Estate, he looked calm and confident, like he knew exactly what he was doing.
Daniel from San Francisco, California, and I'm the CEO of Tycoon Real Estate.
It was a platform for regular people to invest in real estate without owning a whole house.
Tycoon Real Estate is a crowd investing platform that allows everyday people to invest in real estate.
You could just buy a small piece of a big property, almost like buying a tiny slice of stock. It sounded fresh and full of promises. It felt like something that could change the game. But the moment he started explaining the details, the sharks began to look uneasy. Aaron said people could join his platform,
Different types, from residential to commercial, each with their own unique investment.
pool their money, and invest together. It sounded simple, but then Kevin O'Leary jumped in and said,
I smell jail time.
and that changed everything. The room went cold, because that meant strict laws, risks, and possible trouble. Mark Cuban didn't hold back.
I hate it. I'm out.
Wow, Mark, that's aggressive.
Barbara Corcoran said real estate depends on trust, and his plan felt shaky.
Is your lead investor? Who is the lead investor? How smart are they? How do they work the angles? What kind of financing do they provide? And I believe that that's the key to any great real estate investment. This is a mystery investor here. How do I know he's got a good eye? How do I believe his projections? Too spooky and frankly, unfair.
Lori Greiner said the whole thing made her uncomfortable.
I don't like the idea of investing in real estate online with a bunch of other people I don't know. That seems to me risky and uncomfortable.
Even Robert Herjavec, who usually loves tech ideas, said it reminded him of risky crowdfunding schemes that usually end badly.
I think when you're dealing with people's life savings, and I think this attracts the kind of person who wants a greater return for their retirement, I think you got to be conservative with your money. Be risky at work, be safe with your investment.
Aaron tried to defend himself, saying he only wanted to give regular people a chance, but the sharks were done.
If the funding goal is not met for a certain project, everyone gets their money back. So now you can get 8 to...
Mark finally snapped.
The reason I went out, and this is the same problem with a lot of crowdfunding-based investments, not just real estate.
Sure.
Right? When grandma hears about crowdfunding and how all these new opportunities are now available to normal Americans who want to touch and feel real estate, they put their last $1,000 in, their first $1,000, doesn't matter how much they have left. But somebody gets sick, grandma gets sick, car breaks down, whatever it is. They need liquidity.
Yes.
One by one, they all backed out. After the storm in the tank, the next pitch kept things light, as it's about a sunscreen idea that started smart but ended awkward. Steve McGuigan and Joe Pippett stepped into the Shark Tank with their company Sunscreen Mist. The sharks didn't expect what was coming. Their idea was wild.
You missed a spot.
And no more unexplained tan lines.
Sunscreen mist machines are here for you when you need them the most.
It was a public sunscreen booth that sprayed you from head to toe in seconds. Just walk in, swipe your card, and walk out protected. No messy hands, sticky lotion, or excuses. It sounded smart and almost futuristic.
And step 3 is close your eyes and receive a full body mist in just seconds.
For a moment, everyone seemed impressed. But as soon as they started explaining how it all worked, the excitement in the room started to fade fast. They said their booths were already set up at beaches, hotels, and amusement parks. Each one cost around $30,000 to make.
And are going to demonstrate our sunscreen mist stations, which are perfect for places such as theme parks, zoos, outdoor festivals, or golf courses.
The sharks liked the creativity but couldn't get past the problems. Lori Greiner was the first to fire, saying it's not hygienic to have strangers walking in half naked and getting sprayed with the same nozzle.
Like her stomach had gotten it.
So the machines are actually designed for where they're going, so we can program the amount of time.
Kevin O'Leary jumped in and called it less of a business and more of a vending stunt.
In terms of getting massive distribution quickly, there are companies that actually develop big vending programs.
His tone was sharp and the founders started to look nervous. Then Mark Cuban went straight for the kill, saying,
You guys exaggerate everything. Talk about retail, yet you don't have any retail customers. There's nobody at retail to sell to.
The room went tense. The founders tried to fight back, saying it was still solving a real problem, but Mark shook his head and said,
So you guys put it on. You guys see what you were doing.
Mark,
I gotta roll up my pant legs, and it's just like what you said there is the perfect embodiment of who you guys are.
Barbara Corcoran said the idea might sound fun, but nobody would actually use it.
I've been listening very intently, and you know how I feel about it? It feels so complicated, this whole thing. The whole business plan feels complicated. That machine is so large, I can't imagine you selling any more, honestly. The smaller machine, even though it looks small by comparison, is still too big.
Robert Herjavec agreed.
Okay, so, I mean, I hear you guys talking about this route and franchises. I can't follow the bouncing ball. I'm out.
And that's how the energy turned cold fast. One by one, they all pulled out. After the show, the founders tried to rebrand it for luxury resorts, but the buzz faded fast, and the booth never became the hit they hoped for. But the idea never took off. This next pitch took the Sharks on a whole new trip as Ryan walked into the tank with a suitcase, looking like he was about to catch a flight. His story felt real. He wasn't selling a gadget, instead he was sharing something that came straight from frustration.
And I'm the creator of Trippy, the go-to app for
As a college basketball player who spent too much time in airports, Ryan knew the pain of being lost, hungry, and clueless about where to go. That's when he created Trippy, an app made to make airports a little less painful. It showed you where to eat, where your gate was, and even let you order food right to where you were sitting.
You can get a list of all the restaurants.
Definitely fit.
So right now, let's select.
He asked for $100,000 for 10% of his company. His pitch felt honest. He talked about how he built the app during his college breaks, juggling classes, practice, and coding.
It's a description of exactly what they sell. So for example, if it's a bar, we'll be like.
He even won a startup competition that gave him $32,000 to get the app running. Trippy was live in the 10 busiest airports in the country, and Ryan dreamed of taking it global. The Sharks liked Ryan, but they weren't fully sold. Lori Greiner said she loved the idea, but it was just too early, pointing out the app barely had 160 users.
For me, I like to know something's already even in the works.
Ryan tried to defend himself and then dropped the line, "Not everyone has a rich uncle to fund their dreams." Honestly, it felt cringe, like you are here for your business, not to gain sympathy. Well, the room froze. Kevin raised his brows and Robert smirked, like it's not others' fault that you're not ready.
That's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. You get to create value.
Robert hit him with some harsh words, but that's what it is. Ryan tried to recover, but Robert didn't let go, saying, "Investors don't fund excuses, they fund results."
Sure, enthusiasm, but I'm out.
The tension was thick. Rohan Oza backed Robert and said the attitude was off.
Look, you have spots, you have passion. I think that
Barbara tried to cool it down, saying she liked Ryan's energy, but the app was too small to bet on. Then Mark Cuban jumped in blunt as ever, telling him, "Stop blaming money.
Application.
Do you realize how impossible that is?
Build something people can't ignore." You could feel the sting in the room. One by one, the Sharks backed out, and Ryan stood there trying to hold his ground with watery eyes. Well, after Ryan packed up his suitcase, the tank got a shock when Manish walked into the tank with a bold idea and even bolder confidence. He said breaking bad habits was hard, so he built Pavlok, a watch that literally shocks you when you mess up. Eat too much? Shock. Scroll too long? Shock. It was meant to train your brain to stop bad habits through pain.
Everybody has bad habits. And for some of us, they're minor. Nail biting, hitting the snooze button. But for others, they can be much more serious or even deadly.
The idea came from something wild he once did. He paid someone to slap him every time he opened Facebook. It worked, went viral, and gave birth to Pavlok.
The first wearable that doesn't just track what you do, but actually changes what you do.
The sharks were curious at first, especially when he showed how the shocks worked, but it didn't last long. Mark Cuban quickly called him out, saying his so-called science didn't really back the product.
That made you come up with this idea. Yeah, I was visiting a friend of mine. I'm like, dude, why?
Manish stood his ground and said real people had used it and seen results. But when he mentioned his $16 million valuation, things went downhill fast. The sharks weren't impressed with the small sales and big claims. Barbara said his pitch was exhausting, Robert said the math didn't add up, and Lori said it needed real proof, not just stories. Then Kevin surprised everyone by actually making an offer of $500,000 as a loan with 7.5% interest.
You want to get a deal? Explain to me why you're worth $14 million.
Sure, 15.
15. What is it? How much?
So number one.
And a small piece of equity. But Manish refused. He said he didn't want to work with Kevin, which instantly lit a fire in the room. Kevin snapped, throwing insults as Manish walked out with no deal. It was one of those Shark Tank moments where ego clashed with invention, and this time the shock wasn't just from the product.
$200.
And that's a wrap-up of the most outrageous Shark Tank pitches ever. Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.